person supposed to be like, oh, okay, what?
Yeah,
I'm mad that you
I don't
lied
like his
like that.
method, but I understand, and I understand why he decided I don't want her for a wife. He wants someone that could withstand something like that and still want to rock with him. If he had it, he don't have it, but if I
Singer
did,
Rob. Singer Rob, what you think, Rob? Rob say, what's up, family? Kevin, I see. That's mental abuse. Uh, Love Be Still said exactly. Tough one. It's a tough one. It's a dumb one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm trying to find somebody who's gonna say what you talking about. Yes, we hear you. Yes. Okay, that was in the beginning.
that's all I'm
Um,
saying.
I don't understand at all. How you make these go off the screen? How do you get
I
the
don't think
comments?
you can.
Okay, no big deal. So again, I don't understand why any human, just my thoughts, right? If you are in a relationship, be genuine. Be genuine. Don't ever have games in your head because you're a child. Don't ever come in the door, go out the door, be in the middle of the door, gaming somebody. You're gonna lose if you run a game. You're never gonna win because nobody got time for games, and you will be found out. Games is for losers. And so if you in a relationship for 2 years, it's a whole lot of tests in 2 years. Trust me, that has come. Maybe not life or death tests, but tests to let you know that you want to stay in there or not. And if this man was standing strong for 2 years and he was never feeling like he couldn't marry her, they wouldn't be getting married at all, right? It wouldn't, a test wouldn't be necessary. So what made it necessary for you to test the waters in 2 years before you get married when you've been with this person 2 years and everything been great? And so why don't you just take that greatness and run with it and let life present itself as it should? You don't have to present nothing to life. Life will present it to your ass. And I can guarantee you at 57 years old, that's a promise. Life will present itself. You don't have to make games or do none of that because that's childish. And so you have to also consider other people's mental state and not just your dumbass mental state. And so if you're selfish in your thinking, you won't even care what this all you want to know is, hey, they're gonna be there for me. That's selfish. What about what you just caused? What about the pain that they slept with that night and the tossing and the turning? Now they second guessing their marriage and everything based on this HIV thing that's not even real. It's a lie. So why are you playing like that? Like some things you just never play with. Death is one of them. Because it's come to your ass. You fuck around and get HIV for real, right? Playing games because you speak it, you can get it. And so why would you play them stupid games in life, knowing that that can really be your life? And you would not think it's funny if you had AIDS. You wouldn't think it was something to joke about. And I know she wouldn't.
I think what he should have just done was just raise the question, like, hey, hypothetically speaking, if, once we get married and I found out that I have AIDS, would you want to stay with me or would you leave? And hopefully she would have been honest and say, you know what, I would leave. And then he could be like, for real? Well, you don't have this kind of character that I want, so let's just not move forward. And they could have
Yeah,
settled
so
it a long
I
time ago.
would look at your character if you telling me after 2 years of dating me that you have AIDS and didn't tell me from the beginning. I'm looking at your character because you just told me. Well, I wouldn't tell you from the beginning because you'll leave. So your character
Right.
raggedy because that's raggedy right there. So
What
you
I'm
can't be
saying
that
is they
raggedy.
could have done this in the beginning by just asking the hypothetical question. Like if you meet somebody, y'all dating, and like you say, hypothetically speaking, down the road, we together, we locked in, and you find out that I'm HIV positive, would you leave me? And then she might say, yeah. Then he could say, all right, well, that's not the kind of woman I want because I want somebody who
Right.
would stay.
Again, all your little tests and your innuendos and all of that, those things should occur in the beginning of your relationship, not after 2 years. You don't start playing mental games with people at all. You want to
Right.
test them, do it from the door, right? If you know that this person is not going to stay, then all likelihood that's why you didn't do it at the door. So now you trapped them. Now you tricking them. Now you playing with them because you wouldn't have did it from the start. So why not 1 year, 6 months, 3 months? Why would you wait 2 years of my life to play games with my life though, and then
He
act like
don't
I owe you? I don't
he
owe
don't
you
really
shit.
have it though. So
Yeah, but he act like he did. And so why play the game is what I'm saying. Why do that to somebody as a grown up? Why would you play that game?
it's
You a
not
grown
it's
person. You're
his
not like a
method
12-year-old.
his method to test unconditional love was whack. I said that from the beginning, but I do understand the wanting to create something catastrophic to see if the person will stay with you or not. Because then then you get to make a decision. Because there are people like him. He probably, like he said, he wants somebody who, if they did find something out like that, even something deadly, that they would still stay with him.
So
I
why not 3, 4, 5 months into the relationship once we got to know each other? Why do you test the waters then? Why would you
Right.
spend 2 years out of my life to spend me like that?
No, I
Because
get
that's a
it.
hell of a spin, man. That's a hell of a spin to do to somebody.
I get
You
it.
you so as a woman, I want y'all to understand you can't just look at one side of the coin. Other people have feelings and stuff as well. Just because we're men, we're not just penis and mortar. I know women think that we just have penis and some bricks over our head, but we human. We have feelings. We go through emotions just like any human. And so it's not human to take a person through tests just to test them. You don't need to test them, right? Life will test them. So
Right.
then you date them until you feel comfortable getting married. You don't have to rush and get married. You can date them until you feel comfortable once life then showed you a few tests and then they failed or passed. Because trust me, it will present itself. You don't have to try to create a scenario just to see. But why, like I said, 2 years? There's no time frame on games.
Right.
Games don't belong in relationships. Games belong on a field or in an arena or something like that. When you come to talk to human beings, leave the games in your ass or in a closet or somewhere you had them. Don't bring them out. Because when you
Yeah.
play games, you get games.
Yeah.
You're
I
going to
like.
get games. You play games, like they say, you play stupid, you get stupid. That's just what it's going to be. If you think you should be playing with somebody, they should be playing with you. And so games will begin. This young lady helped herself by being honest. Nah, I couldn't take that walk. And if you would have asked me that from the beginning, I would have said the same thing. That's what she's telling him.
And he,
You just now presenting this to me. So the
right.
answer is hell no. I don't want to
And
do that.
and he's saying, "Cool. I get it. I see how you think, and I don't want somebody like that as my wife."
And so,
So
like somebody said on here, the time it seemed like he wanted an out, and so he could be out.
that's
And that's what it
possible.
seems like. It seems like this Bama just wanted to leave it alone, and he was a coward. So he hit her with an okey doke and knew that she wasn't gonna go for it. Oh
That's
yeah, that's it. I'm
possible.
gone. Because if
That's
you
very
loved him, so what
possible.
about his love? His love ain't unconditional enough to come back, huh? His love wasn't unconditional, huh? You ain't asked about that, huh? I know. So you just worrying about the girl and what she was thinking. But what about him? Just decided he gonna keep it moving because he lied. He lied and then he keep it moving. Now he playing games, but then he keep it moving. You okay with that?
Yeah, I am. I'm okay with it
Yeah.
because, like I said, the way he went about testing her unconditional love was whack. You don't. I don't think you should just make up a lie like that. I'm just saying I understand it because I understand the mindset of wanting to to know to know without a doubt that this person would stay with you throughout a catastrophe.
You know how
And
you know that? If you pay attention to your man, lock into your man, your mate, and be focused on your man, you'll know your man and you'll understand his love, his heartaches, his pains, his happiness. You'll get to know him, and you will never have to test a person that you know because you know him. So the only way to get to know them is lock in, pay attention to them, be devoted, and you don't have to test them. You don't have to do none of those games. See, we too old for that, and I don't understand why that's not clear to you. It seems like it's a struggle a little bit that you think that it's okay, but you do think it's okay that he roll out, and you don't think that you don't think that his love is being tested. Like he don't love her enough to stay. He don't love her enough to understand that that game didn't work. He don't love her enough. What about his love? What you don't have nothing to say about his love. So
no,
he's
what I
justified, right?
already said about
Because
his
he
love.
gave a fake test and failed the test. So the test didn't work. And so
Right.
now he mad. What he mad for? He the one doing the test.
And
What he mad for?
he's not mad. She's the
He
one who
leaving
wrote.
her.
Right. He's not mad though. He just like I know what I need to know. He's
So you
like, I
think he's
wish you the
happily leaving
I
her?
wish you the
If
best.
and so that's unconditional love to you? That's unconditional. Oh. So it's one sided is what you're saying. I get you. So it's unconditional on her side, not his. Is he if he leave her, it's fine. But if she left, it's not fine. Oh, I'm starting to catch on. So she couldn't leave, right? He's supposed to be able to leave. So his unconditional love shouldn't make him stay, huh? Shouldn't do that.
Not with
Mm.
the woman who called off the engagement. No.
She called it off based on information, Terry. She
Right.
didn't just wake up and call it off.
Which means she doesn't have she has conditions with her love. Her conditions is I want to
I don't
be
want
with
to
you.
die. My conditions is I don't want HIV and be dead. That's the condition. What that you got a better condition than that? I shouldn't care enough. So see again, folks, for the people on here that love themselves, you can get this. This requires what we call self-love. When you love yourself, damn what the other person talking about if they creating this stuff, if they sowing ill seeds in your life, you can't love them more than you can't be like, oh yeah, this is because unconditional love starts at home with the person that you're talking to. So I have to unconditionally love me first, right? Because if you don't love you, you can't love other people correctly. So if
Yeah.
you such a goofy that you won't even love on yourself enough to have enough respect for self not to put yourself in harm's way, how could you love another person correctly? So the first line of defense is me. So the first thing I'm gonna look at is what's going on with me. Well, HIV seems to be coming my way. Hell no to the no. It's not. It's not. So Negro, listen to me. You shouldn't play these games, but it's a no. I don't want to do it. And so if you decide that you want to he about it, then the joke on you, Jack. See, because you shouldn't play. This people heart, emotions. Do you know she's probably crying in a bit? Like, why would you think that's cute? If she cried herself to sleep, man. I mean, that's cool. I don't really have it. Yeah, come on, man. So self-love stops all of this. Self-love, you guys, is where you put boundaries up. You have to have boundaries in life. And the only way you don't have boundaries is you don't love yourself. That means you'll think of ways to love other people outside of you. Even when they harm you, even when they don't do you well, they don't have good intentions, you'll find a way to love that person if you don't love you. If you love you, then they have created you create a boundary. And if they cross the boundary by being goofy, lying, making up age stories, that's crossing the line. You can't let that happen. And so that's the boundary that he's crossed. So if you don't even have a boundary, you don't see that line. Then you'll allow anything to happen just to be around somebody. That means you need to re-examine your love for yourself. Because self-worth is important. If you have self-worth, then you ain't gonna sit there and let nobody play with you like that. Because they shouldn't play with you. Why do they want to is the question I would want to ask. Why did you have that in your heart to play with me like that? What made you thought that was cute? That you had me up all night tossing and turning and crying and carrying on. You thought that was cool? So
I'm
that was the
sure they've
way.
been up tossing and turning for something, like you said, something else over 2 years.
So
So
then that was the test, and wasn't it? Wasn't that the test enough? If that's to happen?
apparently not for him.
So you two-sided.
No, I'm not two-sided. I said I don't like his approach. I said all of that. I don't like that he made up this big gross lie just to test her conditions about her love. But I understand it, is what I said. I understand him because there's no other way to know it until it actually happens. Yeah, life happens and life be
But
life.
it didn't happen.
But
It didn't happen.
over the course of 2 years, they didn't have anything apparently that would show him if the boat rocks real hard and flips over, is she gonna stay? I need to test her out.
So then you wait until that test is passed before you get married. No one's forcing you to get married. You don't have to get married Tuesday. You can wait until life proves it to you. That's what a lot of people do. They let the relationship develop enough to want to marry that person because you do have to know if you want to spend a lifetime. So life has to present itself to both parties in order for you to know that. You can't create life for yourself by making up shit. You're not supposed to make it up. You just not. If you making it up, you fraudulent. You're not a real person. Your heart ain't even right. Like you real goofy if you're gonna do that. Like, where's your heart for the other
He
person? Is what I'm saying.
he made it up in that night and told her the next morning. Remember, he didn't let her walk around and think a lie and all of that kind of stuff.
You
He
didn't hear them saying they was up all night.
Yeah, I heard it. And it says, and after we cried ourselves asleep, he brought it up the very next morning and asked me, would I still want to proceed with marrying him and buying our dream home and having a family? I had to be honest, and I told him that I could not marry someone with HIV because I want to have raw sex with my husband and I want to have kids the natural way. So I
And you
called
don't
off.
think that's justifiable enough to not want to stay? Because she can't do that with him. You don't think
I
that's a
do.
justifiable reason? What does that have to do with unconditional love? If she want
But
to have kids and raw
I
sex,
believe it's justifiable, but I also believe that it's not unconditional. She's got conditions.
Her conditions is I want to have children in raw sex. I
Right.
want to
And
have a child. I
she
can't have
has
a
a
child
right.
with you.
Right.
So if
She
you met
has
a
a
person
right to
that say
have.
they don't want to have a child, right, and you want children, you gonna just stay.
No, what I'm saying is she has a right to have her conditions, and he has a right to not want somebody that has conditions. Neither
Like
one
I
of them are
said, you
wrong.
meet a person and they say, I don't want no kids, and you in love, and they telling you, I'll never have children with you. Trust me. And you want children, so you're just gonna stay because you have unconditional love. I'm gonna stay because my love is unconditional.
No,
And I'm well, you can have unconditional love, but you also have to have boundaries, right? Remember, I told you about self-love. Love you too, though, right? If you love yourself, then you still want children, and you know that you can't have it with that person. That's being honest with yourself and with that person. Honesty should be respected. So
right,
if I'm being honest, I'm saying I don't want any children. Well, I do. Okay, well, we're not a good match. That's what that
right. So
means.
we don't
Damn,
even need
unconditional love. It means
we don't even need to
it's
fall
not
in
gonna
love at
work.
all. Then
And
we got
so, go ahead.
right. So that's why it's very important to get all of those things, like you said, get that stuff out. You don't out front. I can't imagine people talking about HIV status right off the break, but
Yeah, you should. If you have HIV, your ass should tell them. See, this is the thing. You have to learn to be honest. You can't be welling and shit. You can't make up the life. You can't make up some shit. I have it, but I ain't gonna tell them right now. We're gonna screw for 2 years first. You should go to jail. Yeah,
yeah,
what the hell do you mean? You gonna screw me for 2 years, then tell me you got HIV? No, no,
right.
no, 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 lady. So see, this is what I mean. You have a trap mind. That's
But
trapping
but
somebody. That's
he
a
didn't
trap.
really do it in real life. He didn't have it. So that's what I'm saying. We kind of talking about a scenario that's not real because he didn't have it.
The point I'm saying is he brought it up 2 years later as though he did have it.
Right, to
And if
test
that's
her.
the case, then he could have played that dumbass game from the gate. But he
Right,
knew he would fail because no one's gonna stay.
right.
And so, because they love their self, you look at unconditional love one way, right? If you love yourself, that's unconditional. And so unconditional mean I get to set boundaries for my life. If you can't respect the boundaries, then you're not good for me. That's all that means. Because I still got the right to love me. It don't mean, well, nah, you don't love me. Yeah, I do, but I love me too. I don't want to die and I don't want HIV. So that's loving myself. And I want children. And you don't. So then we not compatible. That's it. And then you
That's
can't make it that. You
that's
can't be like,
fine.
yes, we are. No, we're not. We're not
It's
compatible.
still conditions, and it's fine. It is very much okay. Like this person on here said, he doesn't think, or who, I don't know if they don't think unconditional love exists. I believe it exists,
I
but for
don't.
most people it does not exist. Most
Well,
human beings cannot sit on here or anywhere and say I have unconditional love, because unconditional means there are no conditions. I'm going to
yeah,
love you no matter what you do. Most
you
people
have
can't have that.
unconditional. You don't have it no more than a lot of people don't. You don't have. You think you do, but you don't have unconditional love. I've been with you too long to think that. I know that you have conditions, and if I had time, I could show you. But you definitely have conditions. You do. You have brought them up, and so if you didn't have conditions, you wouldn't bring anything up. And so conditions mean I don't have nothing to talk about. I'm gonna accept them however he come. That's unconditional. Nobody does that. If they too fat, too skinny, too tall, little dick, whatever that happens, it's conditions. If you meet a dude and this is hard dick, what you doing? You ain't doing nothing. You gonna leave his ass. So stop playing these games like it's unconditional. Because if you love him, you would stay with his thumb penis. But you're not gonna
I'm
stay.
not gonna fall in love with somebody like that.
Like I said, why he's a great person and all that, Negro.
It
Why you
doesn't
can't fall
matter.
in love with little Thumb Man?
I'm
Thumb
never
Man is
gonna.
cool.
No,
What's wrong with that? He got a good heart.
what I'm
He
saying
love
is,
you. He in
no,
love.
you don't. You have choice.
See?
Like I have a choice up front. I'm never gonna fall in love. I'm talking about once I'm in love with a person, then
Mm,
you have an opportunity to display whether or not the love is conditional or
okay.
unconditional. That's all I'm
You
saying.
dated me for 6 months and you never saw me. You claimed to be in love before you met me. Did you not?
That is true.
So now you in love and here I go with this. What you doing, nigga? See? See, that's a lie. You're not coming back to Atlanta no more. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna call your girlfriend and be like, girl, you ain't gonna believe this. And that's the facts. And you can't lie, because that's the truth. And I know you. I
But I
know
never
that's
said at 6 months in, before I knew about that part, that I had unconditional love. I
no
said
no
that
no. Well
I
when you
already knew
well
that I
wait now.
loved
So
you.
your unconditional love kicking at a certain time, huh?
Absolutely. Once I
You said
become
you was
a
in
once
love.
well, no,
You was
once
in love.
no.
You
I
said
think
you
there's
was
levels.
what
I don't
now?
think that
Now the
when you
nigga,
first
now this
fall in
nigga that
love with
came up. Y'all
somebody,
hear this? Do y'all hear Terry? So
you
now
can
it's
hear me or
levels.
not. I can say it again if
Listen,
you don't hear me. I said I
you
believe that there
said
are levels, and that
you said
unconditional love is not. It don't start out at unconditional love. I don't believe that. I believe that you build up to that. That's my
you
opinion.
you Terry told Stan that I knew that I wanted to marry you before I slept with you. Did you not say that?
Yep. I never
Okay, so
told you I
this
had
wait,
unconditional love
Terry,
for you in that
come on,
moment.
Terry, come on, Terry. All you doing right now is being defensive. I'm
No,
trying
I'm
to
not.
tell you.
I answered the question.
Well, I didn't ask you. I'm trying to explain something to you. You 6 months you hadn't seen Stan.
Right.
That's what I'm telling you,
And I
Terry. And
said I love you.
you said you was in love and you wanted
Right.
to get married. You said
Yep.
you told your girlfriend, "This is my husband." Right. So you can't say this if you wasn't in love, Terry.
Right.
Right. So now
Correct.
let's be honest for once. Let's tell the truth here. So if
Okay.
that's your truth, Terry, then you came to Georgia and you slept with somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the sex was great, but what if it was not? It was this, Negro.
Mm-hmm.
I just said you would come back on a plane and you would not marry me and it would change your mind. And so if that's the
Right.
truth, you don't have unconditional love because
Not when I
that's a
first not
condition.
no, not
That's
when
a
I first fell in
condition.
love. No, I didn't. That's true. I,
So
Terry,
then,
said there it doesn't happen when you first fall in love. I don't believe that. That's me.
oh, so you was in love and ready to get married, but if it was this, then you would have changed your mind. But that's not having unconditional love.
And
That's
I'm
not the
not
same.
even saying that if it was that, I would have changed my mind. I'm just saying at that
Terry,
point
come
I
on, you
didn't
gotta
have
be honest, man. You gotta be honest, Terry.
what is your question?
My question is, if that would have happened, instead of it going down the way we wanted, we humping for hours and all that, that don't happen,
Mm-hmm.
right? The sex not cranking. You're not on the phone talking about, girl, it's this and that. You don't do
Right.
that. Because that's what you did. But
Right.
what if that didn't happen? And you felt opposite. You coming back on that plane, Terry, and you not marrying me. That's a fact. I know
Right.
that's a fact because we've had the
I
conversation.
said right. So what is the disagreement?
The right is that's not unconditional love. That's the right. That's
That's
not
correct.
unconditional.
I didn't have unconditional love that early on at that point. No.
Oh, and again, I
That to
said so.
me,
It come
that
when you
gets
ready to.
established and developed over time. No, I didn't have unconditional love.
I had talked to you for 6 damn months, Terry. Well, how much time you need?
For unconditional love?
You told me you was in love and ready to get married, Terry.
Yes.
So then that's if you ready to do all that, then you should be in love.
Okay. Let's
You don't.
say
You
okay. I let's just say okay right here.
see.
Okay.
This is what you do for the public, so
No,
they
I'm
get to
just
see
saying
you. You a sucker ducker. You
I
call a
want them
sucker
to
ducker.
see.
You duck all the wreck. You a sucker ducker.
I'm
Cause
not, but we
see,
can't.
the
But we
first thing
can't.
you did was lie and talk about how much unconditional love you got, and then I just proved that you lying. You don't have unconditional love. Most people don't. Most people don't. Everything
Say,
has a
man,
condition.
get the divorce papers already.
Everything has a condition. Everything.
Right. Okay.
Everything. And so you fronting on here like you the one person that has this unconditional love, but it has conditions. I just proved it. If this is what you got humped with, you ain't coming back to Atlanta. That's a fact. Because you told me that.
Yep,
You
that's true.
told me.
And I'm telling you right now, at that phase, 6 months in, I did not have unconditional love. So I really, if it didn't turn out the way I wanted to, you're absolutely right. I would not have wanted to marry you. And no,
And
I did
so
not have unconditional love. That developed over time. By 2017, I had unconditional love. When I
so do
said
you
I
get my
do,
point when I say most people don't have including Stan Long don't have
I
unconditional
said that too.
love?
So what we're agreeing, most people
No,
don't
no,
have
no,
it.
no, we don't. Because you said
Right.
you have it. You said you have unconditional love. You said that.
I said it
That's
right.
that's how
It
this
developed.
conversation started.
I didn't have it in the beginning, but it developed over time, is what I'm saying.
So then back to the scenario, these people didn't have unconditional love, no different than you didn't have unconditional love, Terry. And so everybody has conditions. I don't know why people say unconditional love. Everybody has what we call a boundary. And when you cross it, it's no more conditions. That's called and you have to have it to preserve yourself. If you don't set a boundary, you haven't preserved love for you. Every human that has love for themselves have to set a boundary. Do you even understand that?
I do. Love be still. I think you're onto something. You said maybe unconditional love is what we have for our children. That means that there's nothing that, and this doesn't, I just don't believe unconditional love applies to everybody, and it just don't apply to every. I think that that's true. Love be still for a lot of situations, but not every situation. So it just
I
it
think that she has. You said. I think that's a great point. I didn't read it, but if it's what you're saying, I believe for a fact that particularly moms, even probably more than dads, not all dads, but I would say particularly moms, because they carry this child, and this child has become a part of them as a human and grew inside of them for 9 months and some change. And so they have to birth this child, come through that canal. All of that matters. A man don't do nothing but plant the seed, which is important. But he doesn't carry and get close to that baby till that baby come out. And so mommy already attached to this boy or girl when that boy or girl slides out the canal. It's a birth connection, right? They have to even cut the baby from you, right? The umbilical cord has to get cut, or they still connected to your bloodstream, to everything. They not connected to me because I'm not having that. So what I'm telling you is, I believe that whoever said that, I never thought of that until just now. The one unconditional love that I have bear witness to is a mother. A mother will love their children unconditionally for the most part, unless you're a misfit or unfit mother. Some mothers are not fit to be moms. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking about real mothers, right? I don't know a mother in the world who won't go to hell and back for their son or daughter. I don't know a mother in the world who will find a reason not to ride for that son or daughter, even when they doing wrong. My mother witnessed me slinging hella dope in the street, toting pistols, running around with killers, all kind of craziness, to where she banned people from coming to her house because they was too rough. And she still would go to court with me knowing I'm doing wrong. She still would stand out. My mother slept outside the courtroom in a car for overnight just to see if I would make bail one day. I didn't have a bond. They gave me no bond. I was so terrible at that time. I didn't have a bond. Right? She sat out there and waited for me to get one, which she had to leave because I didn't get one for a week. But my point is, that's what we call unconditional love. That's a love that is hard for any human to have for another human they're not connected to. Right? That's my point. I don't think that this comes, available to us just because. Do you realize that God got pissed off and killed them after 40 years in the wilderness acting goofy? He said, kill them all unless they 20 years and under. That's God that said that. He had a boundary. They crossed it. They went too damn far. So he said, kill them. And they did. And so God did that, right? And if God can get pissed off and say, you doing too much, because you could say, it's God. He should have no limits on his time. He should have let them be goofy for 100 years, because that's how you think. But God don't even think like that. God said, I'm going to kill you because I told you, and I told you some more, and then I sent some more messages, and then I sent some more messages after that. You know what I'm saying? You want to tell them we almost done?
yes.
All right. I
We're
see you
about
looking
to
around.
wrap it up. We have given you all over an hour of us tonight. It's 9:06, and we gave y'all a whole spotlight over the city show, almost 60 minutes tonight.
So to wrap it up, do you have unconditional love or not?
I do. At this point in my life, yes, I do. I definitely have it for my children, and I believe I have it, as your wife. When I was, when it was that way, I believe that I developed unconditional love in our situation as well. Like, I always stood on, there's nothing you could do to make me be like, no, I don't want this anymore. Like, I
But you have
can't.
also admitted that you're a person with zero boundaries, right? You have no boundaries, none.
That's very true.
And so if you have no boundaries, then of course you would make that statement. But with a
Right.
person like me that has boundaries, you can't do any and everything and I just be okay with it because I have
Right.
boundaries. It's called self-love. So when we went to counseling, they told you need to develop that self-love. You didn't have it. And so that's what makes a person don't set boundaries for themselves. When you don't have a boundary, it's because of the lack of love for self. That's
Right.
the point that I made earlier. If you love yourself first, then you won't let people harm you but so much, because that's crossing the line.
Yeah.
So unconditional love don't mean you should put yourself in harm's way is the point. Even if you love someone to the end, you should love them until they hurt you so much that you can't love them anymore. That's what God did with the people in the wilderness. This is the whole point of me bringing it up. He loved on them for 40 years. It was 11-day journey, I just said. He
Mm-hmm.
loved on them in spite of the 11-day journey for 40 damn years. And then even God said, enough is enough. In Sodom and Gomorrah, he said, I'm going to burn it down. I'm sick of these whoremongers and all this. And so why he didn't have unconditional love and say, I mean, I love everyone. I'm the Lord. And I don't care if you hump on other men and do hump the angels or whoever you want to hump because I love you so much. No, not the Hebrew God I serve. He didn't say that, did he, Terry?
Yep.
He
You're
said,
right.
off with your damn head. I'm going to kill them because they stupid. And I've been talking to them for 40 years, and it was 11-day conversation. So they got to die. And Moses, I'm going to give you some new people to lead. They're going to be youngins, the ones that will listen, 20 years and under. Did he not say that? Now, this is the Lord Almighty, not Jesus. This is God. And
Yep.
God had conditions, didn't he? But we humans don't have them, is what you're
That's what
saying?
I said. Most you
God
right.
have it. He has conditions on his love
Right.
because he cut them off,
Mm-hmm.
right? He cut them off. It was another
Yep.
group of people that he cut off because of certain things that they were doing. Why did he just keep loving on them, baby? He God.
Right.
Hmm. So you would have to question his unconditional love, huh? Because see, why would you kill the people in the wilderness just because it was 40 years? I mean, why didn't you give them another 40-year chance? God, they would have come around, Lord. How? No, It was 11-day journey, I was saying. 40
Mm.
damn years. Even the Lord got impatient because he got boundaries.
Right.
He got boundaries. Boundaries. Set you some boundaries. That way, you have to first love Terry, right? And when you
That's right.
love Terry, then the boundaries are set in so that people can't cross but so many lines in your life because they cross the boundaries. Everybody set a line. That's why when people get too close to you, be like, oh, back up. Don't cross that. You in my space.
Well,
You
Terry
make me
didn't write
see.
a letter tonight, y'all, so we're gonna get off of that tonight and thank everybody for tuning into our y'all's favorite segment, Question of the Week. And we're gonna do this probably. What you think? You want to do this once a week? You want to do the question of the week every? Someone said, "Is this going to be every Friday night?"
So she said, so now he's off the hook for being blamed for the engagement being called off. Right. She called it off, but he off the hook now because really he one caused it to be off. Like he played the game with her. So he, like I said, if he really had unconditional love for her, then he wouldn't leave her. He would take her back, right? He not taking her back. So
No.
she should question his unconditional love for her. He the one said nah, because she came back and tried to do it right. She like, oh my
Right.
bad. Okay, now that you not having HIV, I do want to marry you because you was lying, and I'm gonna take you back even though you're a liar and a goofy. I'm gonna still want to marry you. And he like, nope, no, no, because he got somebody else. He got another girl. And so
That's
he
a
was looking for a
possible
way to break it off
scenario.
with her. And so he could go slide. He wanted to slide, but he didn't want to cheat on her. So he said, yeah, once I tell her this, because I know her. I've been with her 2 years. She's not going to stay. And the moment she say that, I'm going to get offended and leave. I'm my way out. Because now I'm going to go. Does that make sense?
That's
All
a
right,
possible
y'all. I
scenario.
love you guys. I appreciate y'all putting up with our buffoonery. Actually, this was fun, right? I think it was a
Yeah.
great topic. I think that he's a goofy, but I think it's a great topic. I respect what you had to say as well. We are never gonna align in life. That's what I see. Like I totally don't be agreeing with what you talk about at all, and that's okay
Right.
because you say unconditional love should just be the cure for everything in life. And so in this scenario, it could have cost her death to have unconditional love. It could have killed her if he really had it. It could be the death of her. Just saying. She want kids.
Yeah. That's
She
true.
want raw dog with the rash. You okay over there?
Yeah. I've enjoyed this. I've been looking at the comments and stuff.
Why you
Someone
ain't
wants to
read
know.
them? Why you ain't read? Let the people be on there. They want to talk too.
I Someone's a great conversation. Thank you. They want to know, are we going to be doing this every Friday night? I think we need to decide. I don't know. We might do it. I don't know that we have enough questions now in the queue to do them pretty much twice a week or however many we want. It's a lot of them because we haven't had a show in several weeks. So we have a lot of these letters that we could actually go through. So it's just a matter of when you want to let them know how often we'll be back on here doing this.
Ask
Great
them. What y'all
conversation,
y'all
DMV.
decide. Why don't
Hmm.
why don't y'all why don't y'all tell us what y'all want from us? How many days a week do y'all want us to come on here and do this? What days y'all think will be good? What time
Okay,
do y'all
that's
think will
good.
be good? Y'all the audience. Y'all say. Y'all tell us, and we're gonna be at
Okay,
y'all beck and call. Cause
I
we
like it.
come on here to look for an audience, and we not our own audience. So we have to abide by what y'all say. So put it in the chat. Let us know what days would be good for you guys. Should
Yep.
it be once a week? Should it be twice a week? What time should it be? Because Fridays, everybody in the street pretty much. That's what we thought.
I don't
And
know. They on
so,
here tonight.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
do y'all think Fridays is the best day? So if you do, put Fridays in the
Why don't we could
comments.
stick with Thursdays? That's when we had the. That's when we had the show. We could do
Thursdays.
Thursdays.
Okay, so again, y'all let us know what's good. But Thursdays at 7 o'clock is the day that we normally get down. So
Mm-hmm.
we could come on here on Thursdays at 7 o'clock if that's good for you guys, because that's what we normally would be doing, right?
Yep. They said go
So
back to Thursdays.
go
Mm-hmm.
back to Thursdays, y'all. Is that
Yeah.
what they're saying?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Is that good? 7 o'clock on Thursday. So we'll go from 7 to 8. 7 to 8. That give you time to put your kids down. You can read the homework with the youngins and
Yep.
give them baths and all that good stuff, and then we'll be ready to rock. Oh, you know what I mean? So we
Yep.
respect the fact that y'all got lives as well, and you got things that's going on in your house. And so we love y'all though, man. I love the comments. I love the engagement. And me and Terry are fine, you guys. So you don't have to throw smear campaigns. You don't have to try to steal me under the bleachers or none of that shit. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. I ain't doing shit. I promise you, I ain't doing nothing but living life and trying to be the best me. And so, with that being said, she's doing the same thing. And like we said on the live, sometimes two people just don't make it to the finish line. It doesn't mean that we have issues. Don't mean we beefing. Don't mean we gotta not like Stan because Terry not with Stan, or not like Terry because Stan not with Terry. It's not us. Once we separate, we bad people. Or I didn't become a villain because we not together. I'm still Stan Long, the motivational speaker, the author, the writer, the this, the that, the talk show CEO, this and that. I'm still the same guy that I was when we were locked in, that I was now, that I am now. So I
That's
respectfully
right.
ask that you treat me the same. If you my friend, then be a friend. It's not conditional that you my friend because we not married. I ain't your friend. Well, that's whack. You was never my friend, and keep it moving. If that's you, get the hell on. Don't come in my face faking though, because I can see your fake ass. So I'm gonna call you out if you fake and been on here showing me space because of Terry, and then come running up to me when she not around. I'm gonna call your goofy ass out. So just letting you know, that's me. I will definitely let you know you ain't shit. So yeah, that's me. I
Okie
don't have
doke.
no fake bones in my body. And I still love Terry. Terry love me. And if something else being said behind my back, let me know because I don't know that part. I believe that that's the space that we in, and I
It
think it's a
is.
healthy space. And
It
I thank
is.
God for that. I wish the best for her, and she wished the best for me.
That's
Period.
exactly right.
That's
Period.
it.
Yep. That's it. That's it and that's all.
I like your background.
Thank you very much.
I
Thank
can
you
see a
very
little bit out there. I'm peeping, trying to steal a view. All right, you guys. You want to
Well,
wrap it
thank
up,
y'all
Terry? You
so
want to?
much. We will be back Thursday.